Welcome, everyone. Gillums, Jacksons, and friends. We are very excited to have you out here this weekend to share this big occasion with us. Yeah. We didn't know if we should have invited you. We didn't know if it was your kind of thing. You know, you seem to be doing okay. So we first wanted to kind of introduce at least our parents, who we owe very much to, like our lives, and we also want to thank them for their support in both our relationship and the planning of this extremely fun weekend and wedding. So if they wouldn't mind, Harold, would you mind standing? Rachel's father, Harold Gillum.
I'm like, no.
Rachel's mother, Candace Gillum. Lorenzo. My father, John D. Jackson. And my beautiful mother, Cassandra Jobert.
The hostess of tonight's event.
And so I do want to give my mother a special thanks. This amazing food that Mateo's has, so carefully cooked for us. I hope you enjoyed it, but it was also provided by my kind mother. Thank you. And we did want to give you a little something, a token. Oh, that was thing.
Okay. Thank you guys. Love you. Thank you.
Did you want to say anything?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I just want to say a quick little thing. So again, just so glad, that all of you are here. It's amazing to have this time as a family and as a community to be together. It's just, I don't want to keep you here all night, so I won't go into my deep love for these two young people. Of course, Josh is my favorite son. And Rachel is absolutely my favorite daughter-in-law. Okay. So I do want to just say one thing, that, this is the blending of several families, and, it's so appointed by God that it be this way, and it's just so beautiful. It's so wonderful. We're so happy to have Rachel joining our family, and all of her family joining our family. So it's just a real blessing to us. And I do have a little token for my new daughter. They say you're not losing a son, you're gaining a daughter. So this little token actually has been in our family for a little while, so I want her to enjoy them. So there you go. So you can ask anybody else to say
Turn up! Thank you guys for coming. We love you all.
Well, there's a couple of people that may want to say other things.
Oh, and if anybody would like to toast
Yeah, I think there are
to
a few
themselves.
toasts that people are running.
All right.
Yeah?
Oh, okay. I think so. All right.
It's open mic for toast if you would like.
Hey, who's that back there in the corner? Oh, she coming on over.
No, she made it. She made it. Yay! Woohoo!
Alright, so I prepared a little something. Can you guys hear me?
You got it.
Really? Can you hear me over there? On? Alright, so this is, directed at Rachel, but this is important information for Josh. Okay? Alright, so there's only a few times in your life when you meet friends who truly accept you for who you are. for all that you are, really. And I'm a screw up. So Rachel, and I'm half joking, but really though.
Only half.
Oh, yeah.
Only half.
But Rachel really accepts me for, you know, me, all of my mistakes that I've made in our friendship, you know, all the things that she knows that I've been through. So that's something that I continue to value about Rachel. She, you know, I can tell that she loves me. So, but really though, one of the other best things about Rachel is that, and our relationship, is that we've actually grown a lot together. And I'll give you just one example. So, when we first met, we were some of the first friends we made in college. Okay, so first friends, right? We were 18, 19 years old, and we actually met on this bridge on the way to go play basketball. All right, both girls going to go play basketball. And the reason why I knew that, you know, we were gonna grow together is because I was like, oh hey, you know, in one of our first conversations, I was like, I'm Jewish. And Rachel was like, oh, you're the first Jew that I've ever met.
Gotta learn that honesty.
And so, you know, we grew from that point. Hold on. So, but from then on, Rachel and I, for some reason, well, not for some reason, but we've continued to have like really deep intellectual and conversations about religion, race, identity, that kind of thing. And that's one of the things that I really value about our friendship. And eventually, Rachel got me involved in Black Student Union. And she came to a bunch of different events with me at Hillel, which is the Jewish center on campus. And we really supported each other in those aspects of our lives. And to this day, we connect on that level. Just even a few weeks ago, we had a really intense conversation about religion, and I just value it so much. So you know, the last piece here is that for some reason, and this is the part that makes me just emotional, for some reason Rachel has been a part of my life in really crucial moments. Some really amazing moments, but also some really, really tough moments, some of the worst moments. And I wouldn't have gotten through the good ones or the bad ones without her. So she knows that. And I think some of you know what I'm referencing as well. But the last thing that's the most important piece here is that in college, Rachel and I were known as Stockton and Malone. All right? I was Malone, and Rachel was Stockton. Okay. Just that's important because we can still take names. All right. We still take names. And finally, I'm so happy for her and Josh. Obviously, we're very happy for her, but she'll still take you on the court.
My house.
All right.
So it looks like the other years are going to come in. So if there's anybody else, just call them out now.
So, just wanted to take this opportunity, obviously, to acknowledge and, you know, really appreciate Josh and Rachel, and just give a very quick anecdote as to how I actually met Josh and the impact that he's still having on all of us today. So, our first day of school, it wasn't even school, it was the orientation at Duke. My dad comes running up to me, my father comes up running up to me, he's like, you gotta meet this kid from Detroit. You have to meet this kid from Detroit. I'm like, okay, cool, sure enough. So, didn't give too much thought to it, but I ended up meeting Josh the next day and found out he's from Detroit. I was like, oh, you're the kid my dad met. And in his very cool, nonchalant way, he dismissed that, and me and my father. And Josh went on to being cool Josh. It wasn't until 2 months later when I'm asking every freshman I knew at Duke for a ride to the train station so I can go meet my grandparents in Charlotte, that Josh volunteered to take me. And we talked for the whole ride to the train station, and I remember thinking, like, this is a cool guy. And 10, 12, a whole bunch of years later, here we are. I'll stop there. I just want to say that Josh has always been that caring, that person who is so a full love for life, for everyone that's in his life. And so I'm very excited to see where that love for his life with Rachel goes. So just want to say cheers,
Cheers.
Josh and Rachel. And
Toast. 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 Toast.
Alright. For those of you who don't know me, I see a couple faces I don't know. I'm Josh's sister. So I've known you all my life. I'm the younger one. And as you probably know, I've always wanted a sister. So this event happening is awesome. But I wanted to say that, you know, you, Josh, have always supported me in everything that I've done. And I will support you and Rachel in everything that you guys do. Because you guys have always had my back. And you had my back in Miami. Like,
Whoa!
I just want to say I'm thankful for you. I love you both. I'm trying to get my tears out now so I'm not up there tomorrow crying my butt off. But you guys are both amazing. You deserve each other. And I'm glad that you're in my family now. And I love you guys both.
So thank you so much for so loving towards us.
All right. I'm Jess. I met Rachel in 6th grade. And we became best friends in 7th grade, and we did that all through high school and our time together before going to college. It was our 10-year reunion for high school this year, and as we were discussing that, it was brought to my attention that, like best friends do.
We didn't like each other when we first met each other. I didn't like him because like he was like 5 foot nothing and loud, you know? And he didn't like me because I was just a fool, you know? But you know, I think along the lines there's always a mutual respect for things that we were doing on campus and we're both leaders, and I think we both recognize that between one of us. And so in the spring, in the fall of spring '03, you know, this guy who didn't like me was like, hey, listen, we're putting together something very special, and I think you should get down with it. And I was like, why is this guy talking? I don't like him. I don't. But the fact that, you know, he was building something great and thought that I should be a part of it despite our differences was impactful. Like, he said, listen, despite all the stuff that we have, you know, you are a leader, I'm a leader, I think that you could add something to what we're doing. And that was capped off the side, and I wasn't even really thinking about it at that point. Wow. So I did it, you know, and he ended up being our leader. And he would show us a lot of different things, you know, dedication, discipline. We called him Mr. Intensity because every day, you know, he was not taking days off. And I love him for that. So, you know, and then we also went over to New York. We interned together in Brooklyn. We didn't really had no money, but we were trying to get on Wall Street. But we kept each other motivated, and we got jobs, and all that stuff was great. And then, you know, there was a wedding for one of our fraternity brothers, Andre Woolery. We all showed up, and then we heard that Josh was bringing this woman out there. you know. And before that, you know, he told me he had met this girl, and I think it was really like probably 2 months ago. He was like, yo, I'm bringing her down to Jamaica. We were like, oh, okay. And so we brought her down to Jamaica, and it was Rachel, of course. It was like Rachel was the most proud, something that, he was very proud of Rachel. He was like, this is Rachel. Have you met Rachel? I mean, yo, Josh, I met her yesterday, you know what I mean? And at that point, I was like, wow, I knew that she was somebody special because I've never seen Josh so in love and so spellbound over a woman before. And at that point, I knew that, you know, this is somebody that it could be somebody special I didn't know. And when he actually popped the question and she said yes, I was so happy for him because I knew how happy that, you know, she made him. And I was glad that he asked me to be part of this day. So, I love you, Josh. I love you, Rachel. Gaining a sister. You know, we're with you for life. You know, when you get Josh, you get Izzy. You know, but you also have, you know, hundreds of brothers who will fight for you, who will die for you, who will do whatever you need for not only just you, not only for your husband, but also for your children and your children's children. So I want to say I'm so happy for tomorrow, and I'll stop right there.
Oh man.
For those who haven't met me, my name's Phil. I met Josh in 2006. We both lived in New York at the time, working on Wall Street. And the first time I could actually remember meeting him, I met you in your Dave Overton's apartment. And at first we just said hi. I texted him the next day. I was like, hey, let's hang out. No response. So I'm like, yeah, so we see each other like a month later, we shake hands, and you know, immediately I knew we would be cool. And I didn't know Josh rode motorcycles. You know, since I was a child, I wanted to just look cool. So I sent him an email and I said, look, man, I know nothing about bikes. I just want to look cool for a summer. A week later, he comes with an EP. He found the bike on eBay, the price. Basically backed me into a wall and said, you're buying the bike. And I remember being in this pickup truck. We went in the middle of Pennsylvania. It was a 4-hour drive into the night. And we got back at 2 a.m. in New York, and I just remember that he was just such a cool dude to do that for me. And we had to work the next day. And we became really cool just by riding bikes. And then the next thing I was like, hey, I want to learn snowboarding. I heard you snowboard. Found me the snowboard, the equipment, everything. So we started to just do that again. And over time, I just felt we grew closer. But I always saw Josh as a brother. He's just one of the nicest people I've ever met. And I learned a lot from him just to be a better person. And that's one of the best things I learned from Josh as well, and also you, Rachel. And granted, we don't know each other that well, but we grow. But I do remember the first time he talked about you. He said, I saw this girl. I was like, did you meet her? And he was like, kind of, but I know in a few months I'm going to get her. With Darren Harris, my buddy over there, we have this chat room. And I remember from the beginning we were like, you know what, we're going to marry this girl. My fiance's over there, I felt the same way just when I saw her. And I just remember, and then when he finally met her, I just remember how excited he was. And just to see you guys grow together, I'm very excited. You're my brother, gaining a sister. And just as Squad said, I got both of you guys back, the children. I'm just very excited for you. Congratulations. Love you.
So I'm Rachel's older brother, Chris, as Taylor pointed out. I think one of the reasons why sometimes people have to point out that, yeah, I'm the oldest is because they look at Rachel and her accomplishments and, just how mature she is, and like, oh, she must be the oldest. So, I don't know. No, actually, I'm the oldest. But anyways, I just wanted to come up and just say, Rachel, just how much I appreciate you as a sister and how much I love you. You know, we've gone through a lot together, and just a couple things that I just want to highlight that I really appreciate about Rachel is one, she's the type of person where you can really have a deep, meaningful conversation with. I think Becca was kind of pointing this out earlier, but you know, whether it's about politics or whether it's about, you know, some other, you know, controversial topic or something, she's totally willing to take it on and, you know, just go there on some of these things. And so I actually love having just conversations with my sister about, you know, random things, about what's going on in the news or whatever. And so anyways, I love that. I totally appreciate it. The other thing I really appreciate about my sister is she's kind of the family historian. She's the one she's so big on family. She's so big on bringing people together and like, hey, you know, maintaining relationships. Let's get together and let's, you know, have a meal together. And just really a kind of glue in our family, I feel like. And I really appreciate that. And that's one thing where I really look up to her. It's just her ability to reach out to people, just maintain and build relationship. And I just, you know, I want to be more like that in my own life. So I really appreciate that. I love you, Rachel and Josh. You got a good one. And, you know, but I'm glad to have you two in our family. I look forward to, you know, being brother-in-law. So, all right, it's gonna be good.
Sorry.
The old man gets to come up now.
Hi, I'm Utica. I'm Rachel's sister-in-law, his wife. And I just want to say that you are the sister that I've always wanted. I don't have a biological sister, but now I do have a sister. And you know, Rachel said she was mean to me at first. I don't remember that, but when we first started dating, she said she was mean to me because you know this crazy Asian girl shows up and get rid of all of his nerdy outfits and buy all the trendy outfits, all his clothes, and Rachel wasn't ready to let go of his brother who was dressing in the 80s, 90s. So, you know, Rachel and I closer together over the years. We went to New York together and had girls trips, and we just had a really great time together. And you know, Chris is right. Like Rachel is the glue of the family. You know, she was there when our daughter was born. Like when she was like a week old, she came up to spend time with her daughter. You know, she was there on our daughter's first birthday. You know, she was always there for us. And even though you're far away, you know, you are such an amazing part of our lives. And you know, I'm so privileged to know that our.
You want to wave to the people? We've been talking about all our family stories, the many things that have happened, and it was funny just because like Chris would roughhouse on Rachel, and Rachel would then roughhouse on Andrew, and it just kind of like trickles down that she would like roughhouse on me. And but it was funny because like at one point I realized I'm bigger than her. I don't need to take this. So I started to fight that. But that's beside the point, and it's just. I just want to say just like how amazing that you are, because like a lot of times people say that and like just to like be nice, but it's kind of I really mean it because it's crazy for two reasons. One being like some of the things that have just like happened in life and like why all of us are like still here is like very clear that you know like God has been looking out for us, because there's a lot of like crazy things that have happened. Like there's one time we were like camping. Rachel was leaning on this tree, and this tree broke, and it was on a cliff. And this cliff was like hundreds of feet up in the air. Like, she turns around and like holds onto some grass. Wow. And like, they're like, yeah, she was like hanging off the cliff, and like got back on, like crazy stuff like that, like just defying death and all of that, which is like one of those things like that tells me that like obviously God has like such great things for both of you. Because even just hanging out with you, Josh is amazing. But like I'm also like so grateful for Rachel just because like she has been so crucial in my own development, in terms of like whether it be just as a person, academically, like a lot of the reason I even got into the University of Washington. You know, she helped me like write my papers. It was one of those things. I would write it. No. It was constructive. It was constructive. She didn't write the paper. She didn't write it. It was constructive. Like, it would be one of those things, I would write a draft and she'd be like, nope, do it again. Like, give me another one. Which is just like so many things, like, she just helped me so much and I'm just so grateful. I love you, Rachel.
Yes, exactly. Hello, everybody. My name is Darren Harris, and I've known Josh since 2005. We met when we both got an internship, and as soon as we met, we actually became cousins. Because a lot of people thought we looked alike, and girls at the club thought we looked alike. So, you know, instead of just being my homie, he became my cousin. So we kind of took that and you know, just ran with that for a while. But you know, in that time, we really did become good friends. And you know, going on to Wall Street, there weren't many of us that, you know, related on the same level. And meeting Josh and knowing my background, it was just amazing that we would click and just try to do something. So we became really good friends, and I'm honored to be here. I feel like I've been here for the play-by-play with Rachel and Josh the entire time, because he left New York, came out here, and you know, it went from, you know, I met a girl to, you know, I like her, to hey, we're building something. So, you know, it's beautiful to see what you guys are building and continue to build. I mean, Josh is one of the most caring people and thoughtful people that I know. So, you know, take that with you as you guys grow. And I just want to say congratulations.
Thank you, brother.
Amazing. And it's really neat because we remember the little things. I mean, when she was in diapers, I mean, we really remember those. And how she's grown and the wonderful woman she's become. And the challenges that she's had and has overcome. And it's just fantastic. It blows my mind. It really does. And I don't know where she got it because I look at my side of the family and I don't see anything there that does it. I really don't. But she's just, you know, and Josh, we got to meet Josh, what, a year ago? 2 years ago? Well, I can't remember. He will fit in very well with the family, and I can't wish you anything more than love, happiness, and just a long, long life. All right. Okay? All right.
All right. Represent.
My name is Shannon. I am Joshua's first cousin. Our mothers are sisters. And though we grew up far apart, we still kind of grew up together. I remember in Houston on Christmas Eve, counting down, you know, the 9-hour drive when they would come down from Tulsa. We would go alternate weeks every summer. I love you, Josh. I used to I sit at my desk when I came out of law school. And I went to one of the white shoe firms in DC. I'm 3 years older than Josh, so he was just starting around the same time. Okay, yeah, my first year, you were starting at the bank, and I would get frustrated, and I'd be like, "Hey, you like Josh?" I just need to suck it up and do what I need to do to show my skills, and it'll all be all right. So I love you. I'm so happy for you. And what I really want to say, who I really want to contribute to, is Rachel. I just think you are a marvelous person. I don't even have the words. I believe when I first met Rachel was with a group of my friends from the cradle. My oldest friend, she's 6 months older than me, and I've known her all of her life. A group of us, 8 of us, I think, came to Sonoma for the Sonoma Food and Wine Festival a couple of years ago. So of course I picked up Josh. she's in the Bay Area. And they said, oh yeah, we're gonna come out with you guys to the wine tour. So we get this limo, which was awful. I mean, the air didn't work. It was terrible. It was the worst thing I've ever had in my life. And so Rachel's in the limo with us, and we're all complaining. She's happy. But she walks into this group of like 10, I don't know, just really old friends, rambunctious, lots of inside jokes, lots of, we're drinking wine, so, nobody's filter is on. And she was amazing. Like, someone spoke about how Rachel will, get into the political discussions, and we went there that day. I mean, this is her first time meeting all of us. I can remember she was a group of Texans. We're having a discussion about gun control, and we're all half tipsy, and it was just amazing. And I fell in love with you that day because you just get in where you fit in. And so it was really wonderful. I mean, I'm joking, but it was just marvelous how it was like we had known you all of our whole lives. And people, I mean, absolutely, seriously, when there was the earthquake just recently, or a couple months ago, in, I guess it was in Napa, my friends are like, hi, Josh and Rachel, are they okay? So, because you really let that impression on people. So, all of us from that group wish you the best, and we're happy for you both, and we all love you, and can't wait to have more wine trips with you.
Oh man, okay. He knows a lot more about me than everybody else. Rachel's mother, Candace Gillum. My father, John D. Jackson. And my beautiful mother, Cassandra Jobert.
The hostess of tonight's event.
And so I do want to give my mother a special thanks. This amazing food that Mateos has, so carefully cooked for us. I hope you enjoyed it. It's probably for you. And we just want to give you a little something. Sorry.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Did you want to say anything?
So again, just so glad, that all of you are here. It's amazing to have this time as a family and as a community to be together. It's just, I don't want to keep you here all night, so I won't go into my deep love for these two young people. Of course, Josh is my favorite son. And Rachel is absolutely my favorite daughter. Yeah, you saw that, huh? You saw, I was like, whoa. Okay. So I do want to just say one thing, that, this is the blending of several families. Yes. And, it's so appointed by God that it be this way, and it's just so beautiful and so wonderful. We're so happy to have Rachel joining our family, and all of her family joining our family. So it's just a real blessing to us. And I do have a little token for my new daughter. They say you're not losing a son, you're gaining a daughter. So this little token actually has been in our family for a little while, so I want her to enjoy this.
Turn up! Thank you guys for coming. We love you all. Oh, and if anybody would like to toast,
yeah, I think you're right?
there's a lot I can say about Josh, but I'm going to keep it short and try to be as on point as I can. We discovered at a very early age that Josh was going to be special. And it was at an early age when I found out he might be smarter than I am. He has two older brothers, and they did quite well, but this guy, he had a different approach to life. And it was, I feel blessed because he's my son. Josh has been chosen for a lot of things, and some of those things I never could imagine that I would have a son who could do that. But his other brothers have pretty much done the same thing. But Josh, is so special that he brought someone else into the family who struck me the same way. She is going to be one of the most prized members of our family as they mature. I see potential. I get the hell out of the way and support them. And that was the best I could do, was try to support him. And Rachel has had that support, and they met each other, and I'm so blessed. Our family is so blessed that we have these guys. Thank you.
I'm definitely not a speech maker, but I want to echo everything that everyone has said about Rachel and Josh, because it's all true. I love you, Rachel. I'm so proud of you. I always have been, except for the time you said I put the old in Harold.
Still remember that.
But, I'm reminded of a time when Rachel was struggling with something. It was right after she had just finished University of Washington, and she was getting ready to go to Stanford. And she was questioning things because all of her friends were getting married. They were going on with their careers. They were getting homes. They were going on with life. And she was questioning whether she should continue with this. It was almost like she thought, she wasn't going to get a good husband. They were all going to be gone by the time she got doing all the stuff she had planned to do. And I recall, that my heart went out to her. I wanted to encourage her, just to trust God and to do what you're going to do, because He was preparing one for her. He was doing the work. Just keep doing what you're doing and trust God, and it'll work out. And enter Josh. The first time I met Josh, I could tell he was special. It was just something about it, and he made her happy. It was obvious. The two of them together, it was just magic, and it was obvious to anybody that wanted to see it. And I recall before Josh asked Rachel to marry him, he called me on the phone, and he asked me for my blessing, for her hand in marriage, basically. And that just told me the kind of guy he was. I mean, it showed me his integrity, and I don't know, it made me feel pretty. But I just want to say I love you guys, and I just wish the best for you. I just love you.
All right, well, thank you all for coming. Please don't make us take any shots or anything that's going to mess us up for tomorrow. Unless it's up on the side and don't tell my mom. All right. Have a good night, guys.
Now